Please welcome our host for the 2025 Governor's Gala and Ricks Awards, Chris Galis.
Hello, everybody. Wow. You are a very poorly behaved audience to not be sitting down already. But you know what? It's going to be a fun night. I want everybody to visit. I want you all to see your friends, share the camaraderie that comes with a big event like this. And more than anything, have fun tonight as we celebrate exceptional people and exceptional contributions to our city and our province. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade's 37th Governor's Gala and Ricks Awards. If I could have your attention, please. If you haven't found your seat yet, please do. Thank you to that lone glass clinker out there, whoever you are. You're a hero. You're a hero. All right, thanks everybody. Please settle the room. Please settle the room. And it's actually a pretty light lifting for me tonight. I'm thankful there isn't a lot for me to do. We're going to run through the program really quickly, and then we're going to celebrate. And that's the important thing. The sooner we get sat and quieted down, we'll get the party started. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm Chris Galis, NewsHour anchor at Global BC Television, and it is my absolute pleasure to be your host for this fantastic celebration of community and of leadership. Now, I think we've all become acutely aware of the value of strong, decisive leadership over the past few weeks. Would you agree? And we certainly recognize when it's missing. Decisiveness, so important. Stability, predictability, those kinds of things in leaders are so important. And tonight we're honoring three individuals who've made outstanding contributions to our communities in this great province, in this great country. We can all do our part. As you know, if you've watched the news at all, you know we were in the throes of an election campaign. So if you're feeling like you are not having an impact in your lives, or there are things going on that are out of your control, know that you can take control with a vote on April 28th. Or early voting starts on Good Friday. I think that's why they call it Good Friday, because there's early voting. So back to the people we are honoring tonight. Their generosity, their leadership, and their vision have led them to great achievements and efforts that are worthy of a celebration in front of esteemed colleagues, friends, and families in this room tonight. We have Bob Rennie. Bob Rennie and his community over here, a celebrated advocate and philanthropist for the arts, education, mental health. He has revolutionized real estate marketing and development strategies in the region. Bob has also generously shared some of his words to live by, and you can read about it in the red cards on your tables, the Bobisms. And one I love, especially as a newsman, is whoever gets to the truth first wins. And Bob, thank you for your honesty and pursuit of truth in your job and in your life. We also have Stantec, a global leader in sustainable engineering, architecture, and environmental consulting that has gone above and beyond to give back and invest tens of millions of dollars to the creation of vibrant communities all around the globe. And we are also honoring Juggy Sahota Chihil. Yes, Juggy. Not only does she have the most fun name to say, she is such a warm and loving and graceful presence at all of the events that she attends. And she joins the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade's prestigious Council of Governors tonight. Juggy is the immediate past chair of the Board of Trade. She's an exceptional leader and volunteer who generously gives her time to organizations and causes to create meaningful and impactful change. Juggy, we love you and we thank you for everything you do. Thank you. All right, I want to take a moment to acknowledge some guests in the room. First and foremost, just for a moment. Sorry, I swear the party is going to be amazing. Just for a second. I want to call your attention to our guest this evening, Her Honor, the Honorable Wendy Kochia, Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia, Governor of the Board of Trade. I want to welcome Chief Jen Thomas, Chief of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, who's joining us at the head table. We have a number of other elected officials from the local First Nations in attendance as well. I'll introduce one of them in a moment. We also have Lori Ricks at the head table representing the Ricks Family Foundation and whose late father we honor with the Ricks Awards tonight. And a special welcome to all the other guests at our head table this evening. Unfortunately, we do have a notable absence. The co-chair of the Ricks Awards, Jason McLean, was not able to attend. He sends his regrets. And as most of us know, his father, David McLean, passed away earlier this year in January. And the Lieutenant Governor will be sharing a tribute in just a few moments. So we hope you'll stay focused for that. We've got a great show planned for you tonight. We'll start with dinner service in a moment. Feel free to tuck into those incredible salads, and we'll get into the celebrations right after the main course. We're also very grateful, and I think they're in the back corner over there, the Greater Vancouver Food Bank, for kindly supplying those pins you see at the table and for the work they do. Thank you very much to the Food Bank. We know the need is great. And if you are craving something sweet, there's also some chocolates on your table as compliments of Purdy's, the Board of Trade's official and BC-owned chocolatier, one of my faves as well. So don't forget to take that home tonight if you don't even eat it with the salad. Afterward, we want you to stick around for the dessert reception sponsored by RBC Royal Bank. We'll also be hearing from local band Groove and Tonic, who's going to get us moving and keep the celebrations going. I'll get there as quick as I can. We're also giving away a pair of business class flights courtesy of Air Canada, but you'll need to be in the room to claim the prize. If you haven't received a ticket from one of the Air Canada employees roaming around the room, raise your arm and they'll come and see you and make sure that you get a ticket to be in the draw. You do not want to miss it. So if you haven't been given one, raise your arm, wave them down, and they'll come over with a ticket to get you in the draw. They'll be here until, the flight attendants will be here till 7:30 p.m. They'll tear off the small portion, drop it into the Air Canada bowl, and that is your entry into the draw that's happening later. But again, you've got to hold on to your ticket. You got to be in the room to win. If you haven't had your photo taken, do that at the complimentary photo booth out in the foyer, courtesy of Concord Pacific. Capture some memories there. And we want to say that tonight's event is taking place on the unceded and traditional territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations. And we are grateful for the opportunity to have our celebration on these lands. So here to welcome us from Squamish Nation is Elder Quichtal, the Serpent Slayer. Please welcome Dennis Joseph.
Ossiam Tadoya, Hoichuk, Hoats and Stomo, and Heartland Squallowin, Chisha Okomeo, and Hearts Minaslani and Siem, Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh and Squamish, and Hearts and Muntman. Quichtal Quishaman, Squamish Okomeo, Hamilton, What I've shared in the language, my dear friends, is a blessing to each and every one of you. In a moment, a blessing for the food via one of our songs. Also welcomed you on behalf of our CMs, our headmen, headwoman. Smanas Lani is our headwoman, especially on behalf of our children. I reside in Hamilton Village, also known as Keplano, just over the bridge here. I want to honor each and every one of you with a granduncle song many of you would know as Chief Dan George. Setswanookt was his ancestral name. A huge mentor in my life, both as an entertainer and culturally and spiritually. The gifts he left behind goes like this. I'm Stomo, a blessing for the food as well, and it's okay to clap.
Mesmerizing. Mesmerizing. Thank you very much, Dennis. That was beautiful. Please remain standing as we welcome Her Honor, the Honorable Wendy Kokia, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of British Columbia, for some special remarks. Wendy?
Good evening, everyone. Let me begin by acknowledging we are gathered on the territory of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. I thank them for sharing these lands in peace and friendship. It's so wonderful to be with you here tonight at the Governor's Gala and Ricks Awards. As a governor myself, I'm so proud that this event brings together our business community to celebrate leaders who make an impact in our region. It's a real honor to speak with you tonight, not only to bring greetings from the King of Canada, His Majesty King Charles III, but also, very importantly, to share some warm sentiments about a true giant of British Columbia, a true friend to the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade, David McLean. David was massive in so many ways. Big voice, big mind, big ambition, but even more important, bigger heart. Whether as chair of CN Rail, founder of the McLean Group, or champion for so many countless causes, David led with character. To Brenda, Jason, Sasha, and the entire McLean family, thank you for sharing him with us. His influence will be felt for generations. My favorite trait about David was his love and admiration for his family. You couldn't go hearing him for more than a few minutes when he started to talk about his family. And you know, I can tell you that family business dynamics aren't always a straight line. But Jason, to this day, compliments his dad about that he really gave them all space. The first meeting that I had with David was actually about the Vancouver Board of Trade. Jason and I, you see, were back-to-back chairs, and thanks to Jason, we worked really closely together, but for a reason. The board wasn't in the stellar financial shape that it is today, so it was all hands on deck. I know there's a lot of governors here today. I shared with David some of the board's strategies and the gravity of the financial situation of the board. So there was this long, uncomfortable pause, and I was waiting for his big advice. And then he bellowed out, but with great affection, "You and Jason better not mess this up." From family to business to causes that he loved, David was known for his loyalty and being very generous. He will be deeply missed, eternally admired, and his legacy will be proudly continued through the talented McLean family. In closing, I would like to sincerely congratulate my amazing friends Bob Rennie and Juggy Sahota. And I also, yes, go ahead and start the clapping. I would also like to give enormous kudos to the entire Stantec team. All of the, you can clap for them too, go for it. See, Bridget, this is why we're already behind. The entire Stantec team, all of the recipients tonight are known for their tireless dedication to improving the quality of lives for British Columbians. All of the recipients are strong advocates, creating meaningful change, and this does not go unnoticed. Speaking of strong advocates, I want to give a special thanks to the current Vancouver Board of Trade Chair, Walter Pila, for taking on this role. And you never know, Walter, what the future may hold. Just a little note from the Honourable Janet Austin and I. And a final note about my longtime dear friend, Bridget, our fearless leader at the board since 2019. Bridget, you've helped us through COVID and now through these turbulent times, and I can't think of a smarter and more capable British Columbian to lead through this era. We're living in a time of profound change, and the challenges are real, but there's opportunity. Bridget, you are highly regarded, especially your tremendous wisdom and positive impact. And that's always a big compliment when I'm mistaken for you, and this happens all the time. So I want to say just once or twice, I kind of thought, and I was tempted to not correct the people. I sincerely wish all of you a tremendous night tonight and a fantastic economic year ahead. I thank each and every one of you for sharing what is possible when leadership meets purpose. Thanks for inviting me to speak tonight.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. It's not in my notes, but let me just acknowledge the weight of responsibility you have taken on in your new role. And you're carrying it out with incredible dignity and grace and beauty. But to many, if not all of us in this room tonight, you are just Wendy. And we love that about you. We know that you are our friend at most importantly. So thank you so much, Wendy, for the contributions that you make to our community. For sure. All right. Now let's turn our attention to the screens once again for some remarks from the Honourable David Eby, Premier of our wonderful province of British Columbia. Premier Eby is sorry to miss tonight's proceedings, but has shared the following message with us.
Hi, this is Premier David Eby, and I'm speaking to you from the territory of the Lekwungen people, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. I'm really sorry I can't be with you all in person tonight at the Weston Bay Shore. You know, this is my first time missing the Ricks Awards in 3 years. This isn't an easy time for our country or for our province. In fact, around the world, economic and financial uncertainty abound. But thanks in large part to the collective business leadership in this room, the foundations of our provincial economy are strong. And there is nowhere in the world I would rather be to weather out this storm and to emerge from it stronger than ever before than right here. Tonight, you're honoring valued leaders in BC business. Bob Rennie, long known as the Condo King. Don't worry, Bob. Despite immense pressure from the Americans, we will never be a condo republic. You're also honoring Stantec, a world-leading firm setting new standards not only for engineering and architecture, but for philanthropy, engagement, and generosity. And finally, tonight you'll be inducting outgoing Greater Vancouver Board of Trade Chair Juggy Sahota Chahil to the Council of Governors. Juggy's conscientious leadership combines world-class business and technological acumen with attention to health, racial and social justice, gender equality, and globalization. Her work is testament to the fact that we don't have to choose between the two definitions of building equity. In fact, here in BC, we believe that our commitment to doing business in the right ways is what will see us through in the long term. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. And I look forward to joining you all again next year. Have a lot of fun.
It's now my pleasure to call up someone we all know very well and who needs no introduction at tonight's event, but I'm going to do it anyway. Please welcome the President and CEO of the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade, Bridget Anderson.
Thank you so much, Chris, and a round of applause for Chris Galis, who does such a lovely job hosting for us. Good evening, everyone. It is distinctly my pleasure to welcome you all tonight on behalf of the Board of Directors and my team at the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade. It is so lovely to have our new Lieutenant Governor, the Honourable Wendy Kokia, here with us. And no, you are not seeing double. That is an actual photograph that was taken, and Wendy, you are right. I also get numerous comments as, oh, congratulations on your appointment. I rarely correct them, I have to say. But Wendy, if you ever need a stunt double and you need to make a quick exit, I'm right here for you, okay? All joking aside, thank you for your early remarks and that lovely tribute to the late David McLean. He is dearly, dearly missed. Last year, I stood before you on this stage and I commented on the state of geopolitical affairs and the challenges of the time. Back then, I reflected on how strong we are together and how our community, province, and country have the collective ability to ensure prosperity and security for future generations. It is pretty hard to believe just how much has changed in 1 year, or in 1 day, or in 1 hour, or in 5 minutes. If you think about the past year, we have seen a provincial election, the resignation of the Prime Minister, and now a federal election. And, of course, a U.S. election that is having significant economic and political impacts here at home and across the globe. While times seem dark and the future uncertain, there is much to be hopeful about. Events to the south of us have galvanized Canada, uniting us in ways we have maybe never seen, supporting local businesses, flying our flag, and connecting with our Canadian identity. Elbows up. The Greater Vancouver Board of Trade is working harder than ever to be a catalyst for change. We launched our new agenda for economic growth to advocate for policies that increase competitiveness, investment, and business growth in our region. Now, more than ever, we need to put economic growth back into the decision-making center of government policy. And while our politicians campaign for votes, we will be campaigning for policies and projects that bring higher wages and more jobs and investments so we can afford the services we all rely on. And this work requires the continued support of all our friends. So I want to take this moment to express my deepest gratitude to all of you in the room. Your contributions to our community ensure our voice is loud and strong, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to thank our pillar partners. They include Air Canada, YVR, BCIT, TELUS, CN, and RBC. And quite honestly, their partnership allows us to do the work that we do at the Board of Trade. So thank you very much for your continued partnership. As we navigate these challenging times, I see a community that is ready to defend our nation and to do the hard work needed to build a better Canada. I see a city that's had a pretty incredible year. We hosted the Grey Cup Festival, the Junos, and who would forget Taylor Swift? We have what the world needs, and when we work together, we are unstoppable. So finally, I would like to express my heartfelt congratulations and thank you to tonight's honorees. You have made and will continue to make significant impacts in our community, and we are grateful for all that you do. Thank you, Bob, for just being Bob and doing all you do. Juggy, thank you for your leadership and as former chair for your friendship, and to Stantec for your leadership and contributions in our communities.